Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you're watching this, and welcome to my Battlefield 3 Gunship tutorial. Basically, I've been playing with the Gunship on the new Armored Kill maps for the last couple of days, and I've basically been trying to hone and fine sort of my skills in order to make the most of this weapon and get some kills with it rather than just almost immediately dying, because it is unbelievably weak. So my main tip, my first tip, my biggest tip for using the Gunship, especially on console, is you have to be fast, work fast. You need to be scanning for targets and firing upon them as fast as possible, because you might only have 30 seconds to a minute in the Gunship before a local jet or helicopter or even someone on the ground with an Igla shoots it down. So when you're looking for targets, you basically need to be smashing the back button or the mark target button as fast as possible. This will help you because it means that you'll put the triangle on your screen or on your map so that you can hone in on where that person is and where they're moving, and you can lead your target. As you can see from the gameplay in the background, I'm leading my targets and getting a few lovely kills, but it's not easy because depending on how far away you are depends on how long the shell takes to arrive. Of the two gunning positions, I will get kills with both of them in this video, but you'll see that the majority of my kills come from the second position, the main or large cannon. This is simply because this is more likely to give you a one-hit kill against infantry and a 2 or 3 hit kill against most of the vehicles. However, it's very difficult to hit a moving vehicle with this shell, and you get no splash damage against vehicles with it. So you have to get a direct impact on a vehicle. Ideal if you're firing against things like static artillery, or you've managed to stumble across a tank that's stopped while firing and you can get a quick shot off on it before it realises. Normally the first shot will be enough to disable it, giving you time to wait for the reload and fire the second shot, but as I said, it's very difficult to hit a moving vehicle and you get no splash damage against vehicles from it, so aiming for infantry is always the advantage if you want the kills. So with the idea of sort of zooming in on basically where you think the enemy is going to be spawning, so looking at captured flags or looking towards bases from or on rush, so that you can basically catch them unawares is realistically the best option for you, because finding a single soldier running down the side of a mountain or in the middle of the desert is going to be very difficult because there's such a small silhouette from such a high up altitude. Another main tip is keeping yourself alive. So when you're keeping yourself alive or trying to keep yourself alive in the gunship, as soon as you hear the beeping of the lock, activate your flares. There's no point in waiting for the launch to then activate your flares, because you will find that the missile will still hit if it's already been launched. So as soon as you start to hear the beep, fire the flares. Each gun position or each seated position does get their own set of flares. So ideally what you'd want is to be working together with someone in the gunship, so yourself and a squad mate or a partner, so that you can alternate and ensure that maximum amount of time is spent with the flares activated. And while you've activated the flares, have a look using the anti-air gun to see what's firing at you. If you can get sight on a helicopter or a jet or whatever is looking for you and start to spray at them while you've got the protection of the flares, that gives you the maximum advantage to take them down and grab a few extra kills, as well as protect yourself that little bit longer. So it's very difficult to keep yourself alive, especially with anti-air targets. The anti-air guns are very ineffective against things like jets. You have to get very lucky to get the kill. Helicopters not so much. You can easily take down a helicopter with a full sort of accurate burst or a burst and a half, but the majority of the time, unfortunately, the jet or the helicopter will take you down. So basically, as I've said, it's very simple to get shot down, so it's very easy to get killed, very difficult to survive. If you follow through with the tips, and I've left them on screen for you as we've been going through, then you should maximise your effectiveness in the gunship by simply working fast, targeting sort of pedestrians rather than vehicles, and using the mark target button in order to help lead your targets by making it more obvious where they're headed on the ground. Alright guys, hope you've enjoyed. Please leave a rating or a comment if you wish. Bye for now.